A real added bonus at this time of year is the winter interest from stems, in particular the Acers. They look really good, especially the ones down and around the crisscross. They were planted up deliberately because they have particularly good ornamental bark that really shows out on their naked form. Stem interest is definitely a particular highlight of this one. This is Sango-Kaku. Has this lovely pink freshness to the new shoots. There's no greater plant for winter stem interest than Luma apiculata. It has this lovely cinnamon bark and really stands out against the opaque white flowers that appear on those lovely dark green leaves in the summer. Phyllostachys vivax aureocaulis is a really good bamboo for colour and interest from the stems. You have these lovely yellow stems with these green grooves. It's a really pretty bamboo and really stands out on a sort of cold winter's day. A more tender and interesting introduction to Trebah is Fuchsia excorticata. It's from New Zealand. It is very marginal, so it doesn't like it particularly cold, but it's one of the tallest fuchsias you'll get. It has a great sort of scale and height to it here. It has this lovely jade green colouring underneath the bark as it peels off, and also has lovely little purple flowers which come through the winter. The snakebark maples are also a really good source of stem interest at this time of year with this lovely patinated bark. This is White Tigress. It's a particularly nice one, and the great thing about the Acers is they have contrasting interest throughout the seasons. Obviously you have the lovely summer foliage and then that great autumn display. This is Princesse Sturdza, and you can see this wonderful, again very much sort of mahogany-like stem that sort of shines up as it peels off. As we head into February, there are just a few little tasters of colour starting to come through in the Rhododendron Valley. And in particular, at this time of year, it tends to be the acacias, and we've got Acacia dealbata just flowering behind me. This area will come alive in the next few months with a mixture of colour from the camellias and the rhododendrons in particular, and a few magnolias that just sort of pick out in this view. Galanthus nivalis, or the common snowdrop, is a really good source of colour and interest as you head through the winter months. It's a fantastic one. It does really well actually in amongst the gunner, which you wouldn't imagine a bulb would, but they're actually quite tolerant of wet and dry conditions. So we've got them in some of the woodland areas. We've got Galanthus elwesii and Acacia as well, so a few different species of snowdrops. There are many different species and varieties of Cyclamen, and they flower at different times of the year. This particular one is Cyclamen coum. It's probably one of my favourites. It really has this lovely sort of vivid pink flower and these rather pretty rounded patinated leaves. It's a real stunner and a great plant as we head through February. Hellerbores are another favourite. They're really good at creating interest as you head through the winter months, in particular the aureocaulis mixes. So there's various different colours from white through to sort of a dark red and a purple. What I always find with things like Hellerbores is they really do well planted on a bank where you can actually look into the flowers, because they tend to nod down, so worth bearing that in mind. Also think about which direction the sun moves. Quite often it's best to plant them so that when the sun comes around towards midday they're facing towards that, because then you'll get those flowers looking at you.